Hello and welcome everyone. I, Gauri Kumari, will be taking you along today for another inspirational pharma journey. This is Humans of Pharma platform by Pharma State Academy, which is focusing on different pharma stories which are based on any pharma career, one's pharma journey, current affairs, and book discussions. This is the sixth episode of the Pharma Journey Series, Direct Dil Se, where we'll be having a heart-to-heart discussion with pharma leader. In this particular episode, we learn about the journey of someone who has made a name for herself in the world of high-end sales learning and development through sheer hard work and determination. I would like to extend my warm welcome to Smita Kulkarni ma'am. Ma'am has 30 plus years of experience, right from being a sales representative to L&D head of top pharma companies like Ipca and FDC, empowering tens of thousands of pharma field force. She is the founder of Sketch Consultants, whose aim is to enable peak sales performance through training and coaching. She is a Master NLP practitioner, design thinking practitioner, and an ICF approved coach and facilitator. Smita ma'am has a postgraduate degree in pharmacology and 2 years experience as a medical rep. She holds multiple certifications along with a diploma in sales and marketing. Moreover, she has been recognized with the best performer in numerous programs, and her extensive knowledge and expertise comes from extensive on-job training and coaching experience with sales executives and the various train the trainer programs. Apart from having such great qualifications, she is an enthusiastic, energetic, and a creative personality. And her purpose in life is to drive growth and progress for sales performance and continuous learning. In present time, she helps to build up careers in pharma sales industry and also shares her knowledge as a senior trainer. Her passion in life is transforming people and helping them by adding value to their life. We are delighted to have you here with us today, ma'am. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's very, nice from Pharma State Academy to, give me opportunity to be here on this platform.
Pleasure is ours, ma'am. Thank you so much. Here we are going to get to know more about Smita ma'am through a series of questions. Beginning with the first one, ma'am. The spectators and I would love to know more about your passion for transforming people through training and coaching.
My journey started from pharma sales, and the beginning of my journey as a medical rep, I attended a training program. And that time I saw my training manager, and that time I got to know this is what I would like to do in a full life for me. So the way my training manager, the person who was training us, transformed us, we were fresh people, MRs, and converting us into professionals. So that is where I started my journey towards this. Although 2 years I worked in the field, but I loved the way he gave us the inspiration. And that's what I made a motto. One day I would like to be like him, and I would like to inspire people like him. And fortunately, when I got to be in the training after having my journey through sales, marketing, and other departments, I happened to meet him when I became a training manager. So that's how, sometimes your dreams come true and you get to go and talk to your mentor that you are the one who inspired. So that's how my journey in the training started.
That is absolutely inspiring, ma'am. Thank you for sharing. Okay, moving on. What do you believe sets you apart in terms of your knowledge and expertise in this field?
I have been, I have been in this field for more than 3 decades, and I have touched upon all the aspects of pharma, sales, marketing, medico marketing, and of course, training. So when I was in my training class as a trainer, so I cannot say just what I do, but I can tell what others told me, that whenever I have taught them the subject, many of the people who are also seniors in the training class, they have said, we have understood the subject first time so well. you are making that complex subject so easy for us to understand. My journey has started from blackboard and chalk to whiteboard and then to the PPT and then to e-learning. Throughout these things, only I have used the simplified method of flowcharts and, making the complex subject simple for them, because although I was highly qualified as a pharmacology in pharmacology, but my trainees came from various backgrounds of science, commerce, and arts. So it was my endeavor to see that they get to know the subject, what they must know, and not too much in deep, but it is easy for them to get through their job. So my thing was to make the subject simpler to them so that they can easily utilize that knowledge in their day-to-day job. So that was my motto.
That is absolutely wonderful, ma'am. Of course, the best teachers make the subject easy for their students. I would like to ask you if you can tell us something about your background in your personal life and how did it add value to your professional life?
I belong to the Tier 2 city of Nagpur, where I had been, born and brought up. And in the school in which I was studying, all the academics was given so much of importance, and I also found my strength in academics. So basically, my background was like, typical scholar, cheshmish type of a girl, not much interested into sport, but only studying and learning, and that was my kind of image even in the school and college. And so at the end of the 12th standard, I missed the admission to a medical college by just 1 mark, and that was a blessing in disguise that I got into the pharmacy course, and it was a very good journey. Best of the college, best of the what we can say faculties I have got, and at the end of that post graduation, which was the highest qualification, I had an option to go to do my doctorate, but I chose to come in the field, that is sales field. Although many of the people give me some kind of caution that instead of going into academics, you are trying to go into the field for which the qualification was little higher. But a few seniors of our college were inspiration for us. And from my MPharm, I started my journey in a launching company as a medical rep. The credit goes to, of course, my mentor who selected me for this profession. So from a typical shy and kind of studious girl, I came into the background of, sales, where I was also not sure what is going to happen. But the choice was clear because I wanted to be away from the other aspects of pharmacy related to R&D, quality control. So I was very sure I'm going into the right field. Coming into the field, actually, it was a launching company, and I'm talking about 1991, where girls were very less in the pharma industry. And that too, I joined a launching company. So people have, actually judged me from all the angles, what company and what background as a girl, what she's going to do. And all those tests, I think I was able to pass the test from all the sides, from customers, from bosses, from my college mates, even from my professors. And I think I was able to, make a grand entry into the pharma field. Of course, my due credit to my mentors, my zonal business manager at that time, and of course, as I mentioned, my training manager. So that gave me inspiration to continue in the field. After field, I came back to from Nagpur. I ventured to Mumbai in the head office because that was the future journey for me. I did not have a plan to become full time in the sales, so I came into medico marketing, and from medico marketing, I came into pure marketing as a product manager. But the dream of becoming a training manager, like my own mentor, which I mentioned in the earlier part, it was there. And yes, in 99 December, finally I got into training as a profession. So journey started from pharmacy background to sales, to medico marketing in Mumbai, and then of course pure marketing, finally into training. Although training was a part of my job function, but I wanted to be known in the training industry just like my mentor. So then from 2000 onwards, it is only training, 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 and I just don't count. And once you get to enjoy what you work, work is not work. And the journey continued in the training fraternity. And I went on to be a head of training in the top pharma companies.
That was a beautiful story, and I'm pretty sure everyone, and especially young girls in our viewers audience, they will be getting inspired by this.
Actually, the scenario for today's girls will be somewhat different than what was for me 30 years back. At that time, this profession of medical rep itself was viewed in a different manner, and there was no internet, there were no phones like mobile phones and all. The place of medical rep in doctor's chamber was totally different. Today's girls specifically will have to make a really informed choice when they come into this profession. And I have met such girls even today in these last 2-3 years. And I have actually taken upon me to guide them and to mentor them to make their career in this field. So they have to make an informed choice in today's time.
Yes, ma'am, definitely. That is true. Moving on. Now we really wanted to know what inspired you to focus on the training and coaching for peak sales performance in pharmaceutical field.
Yeah, many times people thought that, I'm teaching the subject of pharmacology or the disease part of this. But as I have come from what we can say medical reps shoes, and therefore I knew what it makes to be a knowledgeable medical rep in the field. Because my own colleagues were different background and I was MPharm. So I knew that how I am at ease with the knowledge. So I decided that once I get to become like my training manager, I will see that this knowledge will be helpful for the field work. And based on my knowledge and my ability to teach to the people to make their life simple, I had decided my journey to go in training. And then I got a good response, like I mentioned earlier, that they are feeling that Smita ma'am, you are telling us very nicely, very simplistically, and that is helping us. And doctors are recognizing that you have, given this knowledge. And that is what actually happened, that I feel that this is what I want to do in my coming future. Because I told you my medical marketing job and my marketing job involved training. But out of all the functions of my other jobs, I only loved the training part of it. And finally, after 7 years, I took a decision to come to training as a full-time profession. In fact, I had met many people even later part of my journey. Had you been in marketing, you would have been a different person. Why did you shift to training? And then what I said, that's what your passion takes you to wherever you are. You might have a lot of skills and lot of knowledge about various parts, but your passion takes you to the profession. As far as coaching is concerned, in the pharma industry, coaching is not identified as a separate function. So I have seen that when even beyond the classroom training, where it was, of course, a group of people used to come to me, and they will tell, Madam, we are facing this problem and that problem in the field. Actually, this is the challenge. This is my background, and this is what practically happens in the field. And that is where my, beyond normal calls of the hours, my coaching started. So when I took a break from corporate, then I realized that I was coaching inadvertently to all the people beyond my training hours. And that was really the coaching which is required, because training happens in the class. There is a methodical study and pattern, and you have to perform as a training performance. But coaching is based on the individual strengths and their capabilities. So I have to customize and I have to give them the direction, and I have to ask them right questions so that they get their own answers and they go, like jumping back. Yes, now I can go and do it better. So although training was my professional duty, I adopted coaching as my role, even in corporate and beyond my corporate journey now. I'm, getting to learn myself as a qualified coach, and that will continue my journey as a coach also.
Definitely, ma'am. It is very rightly said that the sales force is the backbone of the pharmaceutical industry, and you are helping build that backbone. Hats off to you, ma'am. How do your experience as a NLP practitioner and as a design thinking practitioner, along with your masters in pharmacology, and also the experience as a medical representative, add value to your coaching and training services?
Yeah, so I would start from my education, that is M.Pharm pharmacology. So as I told you, when even from my education, I was able to stand out even in my training program. My performance was the best because of my background. Then when I came into, because of my M.Pharm, it impacted even in my detailing to the doctors and interaction with the doctors. And doctors actually used to ask me at that time, what is your qualification, after my detailing to the doctor was over. So definitely my background as an M.Pharm pharmacology helped me to, perform better in the field also in terms of. I also used to make it a point to also update my colleagues at that time because they were not from pharmacy background. So my informal training started from there. Later on, this M.Pharm also and my field experience helped me to get a opportunity in the head office at Mumbai in medical marketing team. My M.Pharm got me into medical part of it, and my medical reps experience got me into marketing part of it. So my medical marketing was totally based on my M.Pharm and my medical experience, medical reps experience. So I continued. And finally, when I got into training after 8.5 years of my other experience, then my M.Pharm, of course, was the thing later on as I went on to go ahead with my journey as a head of training. The team was reporting to me, and I was able to build various functions and roles as a training department, and also mentoring my training managers. So at that time, my M.Pharm and my journey as a medical rep also helped. And I had to take a decision to take a different career, maybe around after 28 years. So when my solo journey started, that is where my NLP and design thinking practitioner, these are all my what we can say bucket list, which I couldn't do in the corporate journey. I took over. So as you are aware that NLP as a neuro-linguistic programming, so this is the method, art and science, which helps you to design your communication, design your thought process and belief systems in such a way that you are maximizing whatever you want to communicate and whatever you want to manifest in life. So I learned that subject from scratch beyond pharma, and that is now helping me to identify how people speak, how people think, how should I maneuver their thinking process, which is very important in coaching specifically. Although training may be a technical subject or other parts of skills, but it definitely helps me this. But design thinking is a process which is helping for creative thinking and also customer centricity. So this has helped me to, as I had my previous background from marketing also. So design thinking, as I was learning, I realized that how being customer centric is very important. And then how you design your product as well as your strategy based on customers' needs and requirements. So both these are, add-ons to my earlier experience as a M.Pharm and a medical rep and a training head. These two, things which added to my, hat as a qualified NLP practitioner and design thinking practitioner. this has added new facets to my training and coaching abilities. And I will definitely, I'm still a student of those faculties, and I will upgrade my knowledge and also start applying while training and coaching to the people.
Yes, ma'am. Indeed, these topics are very less discussed about right now.
Basically, I have learned that for applying it in the pharma industry itself, because NLP has application in sales, and design thinking also is related to customer centricity. So I have learned it to adopt and modify for pharma industry, and that is why I have taken up this as a subject of my study, and become experienced and expert in the coming times on that subject.
Thank you for sharing such intriguing information, ma'am. I'm really curious to know, like, if you can share some examples of your work as a trainer and coach, and including any recognition or achievements that you have received.
When I had started my training journey, it started, my first training class was of only 4 medical reps. And I was able to go up to the, class of 80 in my training classes. Coaching is started from, as I said, in the corporate journey, coaching is not recognized as a designated function. So coaching was my side by side passion beyond the classroom, and, nurture many people. In fact, for training, my subject matter expertise was important, being an MPharm, because in 2, 3 organizations where I took a training function, so I got to go into the depth for my training function. And therefore, my knowledge of, for example, cardiology, diabetology, ophthalmology, and all those things developed because of my exposure to all those therapies. And therefore, that took a thing. My coaching, I would not only, because in the sales people, it was more of, side by side guiding people, and continued in touch with them. And when those people got promoted, those people got recognition. Those are the recognitions which, I have got. Formal awards were not much into the journey from sales rep to training head, because it was a functional role most of the time. But if you know any kind of teachers or trainers, their best reward is when their trainees or coaches are getting their rewards. So whenever people got promotion, whenever people are getting their incentives, and when they are calling back and they are telling, this is what I have gone, so these are the indirect rewards I have got it, so from my trainees. And including, I proudly mentioned, even last birthday, somebody called me, "Ki, you trained me as a medical rep, and today I'm a national head." So these are the rewards which I have at least 6 to 7 people who were in my training class as an MR at the lowest level in the field, and they are national heads now. So these people are giving motivation, and I had used this kind of motivation for my people also. For example, somebody who got a promotion, I will put them in front of the new medical reps and motivate them. You see, these were the people in my class 2 years back. Today they have grown in their career, and this is what you have to do next. And again, after 2 years, I would meet them. Yes, ma'am, you have shown us those people. So I continued my journey as a trainer, coach, and mentor to the generations in my 30 years. And that is what gives me the awards and rewards recognized by my trainees and mentees.
What an insightful experience that was. Okay, ma'am. That leads me to my next question. What is that you believe is lacking in the learners of today, and how do you think that the gap can be filled?
See, we should not say anything is lacking, because if I will say my generation of learning and today generation, their learning styles, the methods have changed so much, and we should not give them that kind of feeling that they are lacking something. But yes, they have, because of the various tools and technology available to them, and because of last 3 years, when you have seen the pandemic time, the learning was totally disrupted, and we have adopted to technology and various methods. So some of their learning faculties like attention span and comprehension and creative thinking, they have got sidelined a bit in this time. This is what I feel. So if they will go into the better comprehension, and they will go into increasing their attention span, whether by some mental exercises or some kind of attention gaining activities which will help them their mental strength, so that will help them to come to the all rounded learning. So basically, attention span, second is creative thinking, and all rounded comprehension. These things today's learners have to focus, so that they will experience and they will enjoy learning to the next level. Otherwise, getting degree, and my typical dialogue used to be pariksharthi and vidyarthi. So people pass exams by doing some studies, but if you have to be a lifelong learner, then you have to focus on these three parts.
Indeed, ma'am, I cannot agree more. Next question, and the last for today, would be, what kinds of coaching and training programs do you provide for pharma sales professionals? And how can interested individuals get in touch with you to learn more about your services or discuss potential collaboration?
Yeah. Thank you so much for asking this. Actually, having experience for me as a trainer, the first kind of services which are available through my sketch consultants are training in terms of medico marketing training. And for that, whether it is developing training manuals and training materials and training tools and physically delivering training, that is one thing related to technical medico marketing training. Second is skill training at all levels, from sales rep to different levels of managers. First line managers training is my forte, which I have made my special programs for first line managers, and of course some workshops for second line managers. In addition to that, I'm building the special modules related to NLP in sales, like customer centricity and customer centricity through design thinking in the sales profession. So these two based on my expertise, and also I'm working on goal setting and OKR. I'm a qualified OKR coach. So all these things I'm going to help to the different levels of managers through various modules, which can be customized and which are of course ready-made courses, right from online to offline. So I take up that thing. And yes, my contacts are available on LinkedIn, and of course through other methods. I'm always in touch with the people. So in the description, I can mention my contact details and LinkedIn profile. So I will be happy to serve the industry with the experience of all these years, and with the new learnings which I am updating myself. I will be ready to give the best to the pharma industry and take them to the next level of learning.
Thank you, ma'am, for sharing such a valuable piece of information. And I'm pretty sure all our viewers must have learned valuable lessons from your experience. With this, we have come to an end to this episode, and I express my sincere gratitude to Smita ma'am for gracing us with her presence here today.
To you, and also Pharma State Academy. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for taking out time from your busy schedule and being a part of Humans of Pharma. I'm sure everyone must have learned valuable lessons. And for everyone who is watching, I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Reach out if you have any suggestions for future episodes by connecting with us on LinkedIn, other social media channels at Humans of Pharma, or by email at humansoffpharma@pharmastate.com. Until we meet again, bye.